Is that okay now?
There we go. Yeah, there we go. Thanks, everyone. We're live at last. Sorry about that little hiccup there. Had a bit of a problem with my Wi-Fi. As the show went live, of course, my Wi-Fi decided to go down. But we are live now. I do have Gary down there. He's talking to us. Well, we'll find out where he is in just a second. On tonight's edition of GGGaming Gone Mad, we're going to be talking about the Cricket World Cup. We're going to be touching on the Vodacom Durban July. That, of course, is taking place next Saturday. The final field has been announced. And we'll talk about the Super Rugby playoffs. Before you go any further, if you haven't subscribed to our videos yet, go down below the video, hit the subscribe button, and you'll get notified of all of our videos. A quick shout out to Stephen Marks. He won the 500 Rand betting voucher in last week's competition. Well played, sir. We'll certainly have another voucher or so to give away this week. And I'm in particular looking forward to hearing what Gary has got to say about the July. Gary, good to have you on the show. Please, we managed to get this one up and running in the nick of time.
Yeah, and I thought it was me that had the mistake because I actually came to a restaurant tonight and had a feeling that it was going to take longer than I anticipated. So I brought my iPad with me. So I'm sitting out an absolute storm. The wind's blowing up. My car feels like it could even blow over. So I thought it was me sitting in the car that was the problem. And then you sent a message that it's your Wi-Fi. So I'm happy it's not me. But even more so, I'm happy that we have got the show up and going. And like I said, if it looks too dark, I can switch on the light, whatever suits everybody else better, Brent?
No, that's fine. We can see you there fine, Gary. Not a problem at all.
Let's go quickly, right, for a quick 200 Rand voucher.
Right.
What car and what model do I have?
What car and what model do you have?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm just going to
give them a minute to do it while we're chatting. So we can.
Yeah, while we're chatting. Car and model. Okay, let's see. Obviously, you're in Cape Town then at the moment. You're not up in Namibia or anything. I see you've got a poker tournament in Namibia.
Tournaments up in Namibia. That's already started. The people that work for me, that work hard, they're all there. I'm in Cape Town, you know what I mean, running GGGaming. It's a very busy time for us at GGGaming, Brett? But a shout out to my staff that run Shuffle Up Poker at Queen 10 and a huge effort they make to keep the poker industry, the fires burning there. So good luck to them, and I really appreciate that. But yeah, from the sports betting perspective, things are really, really, this is, I think, the busiest I've ever been, Brent?
Yeah, it's picking up, and I'm sure, you know, with the Durban July coming, you're only going to get busier, Gary?
Correct. I hope so. I'm sure we will.
Excellent. Well, let me give you a few of the cars that have come up. You can tell me if any of them are right. Nathan Mallinson, he was a winner a couple of weeks ago. Fiat Uno. I'd like to picture you in one of those.
I went in a smart car. I'll be honest with you, right?
Yes.
I was in London in a smart car, and I was too proud to say that I couldn't fit in. It was like a Mr. Bean show. I'm not joking. I just wanted, before the show's over, I have to tell you what happened to me on a plane this week. But carry on right with the cars. You'll love the plane story. Tell me what's happening now with the cards.
Okay, we got a Merc C-Class from Neil, a Fiat Uno from Nathan, a BMW 5 Series from Hein, another Jason Mercedes-Benz C-Class, Jason Demon, Emil Korf, a VW Touareg, and a Merc E-Class, says Kevin Turner. That's what we got so far.
Okay, so we'll give one more person to come in. Nobody's got it so far. One more person. Let's see if the next person can get it.
Okay, excellent. We'll keep an eye out on that and see if anyone else can get that one. But tell us the story about the plane, Gary.
I have to go to Lanserius, my friend's 60th birthday at Casalinga. I'll cut it down shortly. So anyway, I get on, I book 32D, I'll seat back row. I get there, the air hostess comes to me and says, sir, you have to move. I said, why? She said, no, the woman in 18E needs to sit here so she can be next to her sister to help her with her baby. I said, I'm happy to move, but I've got to go to another aisle seat, you know. She says, no, it's 30, it's a middle seat. I said, I'm not swapping then. I'm hell of a sorry. I'm not swapping. So eventually the plane's moving back. The air hostess says you have exactly two choices. One, you can swap with the lady, or two, you can get the plane. I said, you know what? I'm not enjoying my experience. I'll take option 2. So she got such a fright. She says, what do you mean? I said, no, I'd like to get off the plane. Could you please stop the plane? We're halfway across the runway, right? So eventually they stop the plane. The stairs arrive about 7 minutes later. I go down the stairs, but now they have to get my case from the hold. The problem is that the machinery that puts the stuff in the hold is gone. So there are 3 guys pushing one guy into the hold. Eventually gets my case down. And now we got to the plane by bus. They duck. I was on the runway by myself in the rain in Cape Town on Sunday morning with my suitcase. Can you believe it?
Unbelievable. And other passengers must have loved you, Gary.
Look, I didn't tell them it was just because I didn't want to move. They must assume that there's like a family emergency, you know what I mean? Why else would it get off a plane when it's halfway down the runway, you know?
Excellent. Well, let me give you 2 more. We got a Porsche Cayenne and a Land Rover Evoque.
Okay, so the Porsche Cayenne has to say which one it is. If he gets it right, he gets the voucher.
Okay. Because I don't know my Porsches. He's got Cayenne here. Cayenne.
Cayenne.
Cayenne, okay. Is that wrong?
The Porsche Cayenne's right, but which one?
Which one? Okay.
Is it the diesel? Is it the S? Is it the GTS? Is it the turbo? Is it the normal one? He gets that right, he gets a voucher.
Okay, excellent. So, Neil, you go for that in the meantime. But, Gary, let's move on to the Durban July because it's just over a week away now. The final fields were announced, and look, I don't follow the horses that closely anymore, but all the chat I've seen on Twitter, everyone's saying what a quality field has been lined up here. And I've seen tweets that say, look, the favorite can't get beat. I see it's 2-1 there with you, Hawam. But on the other hand, I've seen it's a wide open race with at least 4 or 5 that can win it.
Okay, so let me just qualify what you say about the field, right? There are 7 or 8 absolute superstars in the field, 6 or 7, right?
Right.
So that makes it for, I believe, the best July field we've seen for a long, long time. There are a lot of there are horses there that are making up the numbers. But remember something about the July. It's a handicap. So every horse there is handicapped to finish in a straight line. I mean, it never happens in practice. I mean, in reality.
Yes.
But, you know what I mean? So Hawam, yes, it probably is the best. I don't know if it is the best horse in the race. It's certainly the best 3-year-old in the country. But there are horses like Do It Again that won the July last year that is proven to be a world-class superstar, you know. But there are horses there that have got low weights. Personally, I think Hawam could get beaten. Although the last time I said something about a horse of Mark de Kock, he insulted me all over national TV. I'm not saying it's not the best 3-year-old in the country. It certainly is, you know what I'm saying? But it's a handicap, and that may count against it. It's a horse that races a little bit keen. It's got a few things going against it, as well as it's got a lot of things going for it. I personally think Do It Again is a world-class horse and it's going to take a lot of beating. But let me give the guys a bit of an outsider.
Right.
A horse called Eyes Wide Open. Right? So
Eyes Wide Open. I see that's priced at 20-1 here.
20-1, big value. I'll be honest with you, to be running on, we're doing 5 places, not 4 places. Eyes Wide Open is a big, big run in the July. You know what I'm saying? And it has got the class. It's won group race, Group 1s before. No. You won't be upset backing Eyes Wide Open, especially win and place. Have a little bit of a dip there. But Hawam, of course, it's a class animal. And it'll be very interesting to see how he goes against older horses for the first time in his career.
Right. Okay. We'll have a good look at that. It's certainly a race that I like to get involved in. Just quickly, I see you've got a swinger promo, Gary. You take a swinger, and if one of your horses finishes 4th, because just to let the guys know who are new to horse racing betting, a swinger, you need to get both horses in the top 3. It's based obviously on the tote payout. And here, what you're saying is, if you get one of your horses in the top 3 and the second horse runs 4th, I think the special was that you get your money back as free bets.
Correct, exactly. You know, just to stop being the guys getting a little bit stiff in the race. You know what I'm saying, Brent? I think that's a great promo, not because I thought about it, but I just think, you know what I mean? I like promos where guys get a little bit unlucky, you don't get punished. You know what I'm saying? The world's made up of, there's so many guys that just missed. You know what I mean? We don't want you to bubble. We want you to get something out of it.
Excellent. Well, Neil has come in and said the Cayenne S.
It's a GTS, but he's still got a 200 Rand voucher.
Excellent. Well done, Neil. You got your 200 Rand voucher. I'll make a note of that. Otherwise, I'm going to forget as well. Right, Gary, so it's going to be a great July. We'll focus more on the July next week when we chat because, of course, it'll be, just a couple of days before. Let's move on to some of the other sport taking place this weekend. Super Rugby semi-finals. We're down to our last 2 games. Unfortunately, the first of those games takes place at 1:10 South African time on Saturday morning, and that's the Jaguares up against the Brumbies. The Brumbies are very impressive against the Sharks, and the Jags, well, they overcame a very stern resistance from the Chiefs to win by 5 points. You guys priced us up -5.5, Gary. I'm going to go look there. I assume you've matched the same line still.
Yeah, we are. I'll be honest with you. I've got a really, really strong opinion in this game. Right. Yeah, you say they were impressive, but the truth be told, if you let the Brumbies go play St. John's second side, that'd be impressive as well. You know what I'm saying? And there's not a hell of a lot, in my opinion, to choose between the St. John's second and the Sharks.
Right.
So I'm reading absolutely nothing into that quarterfinal. You know what I mean? The Sharks, there's just so much drama and so much crap there. I read nothing into that. I think the Brumbies are lamb to the slaughter on Friday night, Saturday morning, whenever the time is. It's so unfortunate that it's at that bad time. You know what I mean? It's just because the problem is, if you stay up to watch that, you bugger to watch the next match. You know what I'm saying, Brent? You know what I mean? You have to draw the line somewhere. Very difficult to watch both games live, in my opinion, you know?
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I must say, I'm a bit disappointed in that as well. You know, it's never been a factor because the Jags have never made it this far before. But now, of course, they are looking at at a home semi-final, it does make it pretty tough. I've got to say, Gary, I think this will probably be a tight game. If anything, I'm in agreement with you, though. I think this is the game that the Jags will win. But for me, my big interest is going to come on the second game. I see you still at 11.5 points is where you open. Crusaders minus 11.5. You 8 to 10 the minus 11.5. And I noticed you moved there fairly quickly after you opened. On the back of some money for the Crusaders, or more in anticipation of money for the Crusaders?
There was money quickly for the Crusaders, Brent. And again, I think that we're probably a point or two too short there, Look, I try and make myself feel better by saying that the Hurricanes have got this and they've got him and they've got this and that and all these stories, But, the Crusaders, I mean, if you want to talk about impressive, been another impressive season. It really has been, Brent. And I mean, it's hard. Look, stranger things have happened, let's be honest, But it looks very tough to beat the Crusaders. And I think they could win by 20 points, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm with you there. I managed to get a bit of minus 10.5 early. The line moved, and then I managed to get some more 10.5. So I've stocked up nicely on the Crusaders. Gary, I had a look at their playoff record. It's simply phenomenal. They've never lost a home playoff game. And now, if you add last week's game into the equation, in the last 2 and a bit years, they've now played 7 home playoff matches. And 6 of those 7 have been wins by sort of 14 points plus. So they're quite capable. Of all the teams, yes, I suppose a New Zealand team like the Hurricanes maybe has a chance of putting it over them. But I think a lot of guys think playoff close game. And in actual fact, I think this could be playoff Crusaders, similar to what they did last week against the Highlanders, putting the foot on the gas at some stage and pulling off to sort of win comfortably. Because for me, they just have a much stronger pack than the Hurricanes.
They do, exactly. And that's where it will get one in the end. You know what I'm saying? Going to get one at the breakdown. And I think that the Crusaders will dominate there. And, I think the Crusaders' back will end up getting 60% to the possession. And if they get that, eventually it just takes its toll, doesn't it, Brent? I mean, how many tackles can you make in a game of rugby? You know what I'm saying? And how many times can you be beaten at the breakdown? You know what I mean? And come back from that. It doesn't happen that often. You know what I'm saying? And I just think at the critical time, and the Crusaders, they got such self-belief, and rightly so. I mean, at the end of the day, like you say, they know about the record. They'll have that drummed into their head the whole time by the management, what a great record they have and what a fortress they have, and, you know what I mean, whatever other motivation they may need, you know what I mean? And they'll be focused, and they'll be a tough team to beat. And I mean, I think they'll win, and I think they'll win very easily. I really do.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Kevin Turner liked your St. John's comparison. He says at least the St. John's second team would play with a bit more heart than what the Sharks put in last week.
Exactly.
And I don't think you could really argue with that one. Guys, we'll quickly run the 500 Rand voucher competition. Let's run it on the close game, the game where I think we'll have a bit more of an even split, the Jags and the Brumbies. So what I want to know is who's going to win that game, by how many points, and then the tiebreaker, throw in the total points as well, and that'll be a tiebreaker in the event we've got a tie. So we got who's going to win that game, the Jags or the Brumbies, by how many points, and then throw in the total points as well. Gary, then the other big thing on the go, of course, at the moment is the Cricket World Cup. We know now that the Proteas are gone. We did discuss a while ago, you had those markets, how many games they would win. I would imagine the guys who took the 16-1 one win are sitting in there with a fairly strong chance at the moment.
They got a chance, right? I mean, Jesus, they've been so disappointing. I don't know where, I have this argument with my brother all the time. He blames this one and he blames that one, and he's got a million reasons why they're shit. But the fact of the matter is that who could we put in there to make them any better, Brent? I don't know. Would Steyn have made a little bit of a difference? Maybe. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But you can't rely on him. I mean, at the end of the day, it would have been his swan song anyway. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
I just don't know where they're a poor side, aren't they?
I think that's the thing. They're a poor side. We've said it before on the show as well. I think people were expecting far too much of them going in, to be honest. That they are not a great side. Just having a look at the predictions here, a couple of boys are going for the Brumbies. Hein de Mon, Couch Critic, he's actually going to be on our rugby show now at 9 o'clock. I was saying on Twitter when I saw his rugby preview, I hope he's sobered up because he's tipping the Hurricanes to beat the Crusaders as well. Right. And we got a New Zealand guest joining us there. We've got a couple of guys going for the Brumbies, but certainly the majority going for the Jags there on that game. But anything from a Cricket World Cup catch your eye over the weekend? I mean, there's a few big clashes coming up. England now, for example, are sort of getting to the point where they may have to, if they're not going to win all the rest of their matches, they're going to rely on other teams.
Well, the rest of the matches are India and Australia.
Yeah, tough ones.
The whole time, I'm not being an after merchant, right? And I just kept looking at this outright betting in the World Cup and thinking, how can England be 2-1 and India 5-2? How? You know what I mean? The one team is a super team with 5 match-winning bowlers. England have got 1 match-winning bowler, and at the end of the day, it's bowlers that win matches. You know what I'm saying? And, India got 5 guys that can take 4 for 25 in their 10 overs, or 4 for 25 in 6 or 7 overs, right? And they got all the batsmen that go with it. And to me, now there's a big chance that they don't qualify England, in which case the people that took the 3-1 India and the 4-1 Australia are laughing, because, you know, you're going to have a final if England aren't there. I mean, I can't see New Zealand and Pakistan hurting India and Australia in a semi-final, you know what I mean, a once-off, you know. These teams, Australia are winners, they know all about it. And this India cricket side has been primed for this tournament by everybody, you know what I mean. This is Kohli's baby. I've said it last week. India's still good value at 2-1.
Excellent. Yeah, I agree with you. I think England, excellent value there at 2-1. Just a quick question that's coming in, Gary, from Neil, a prize winner there. He's asking you, the Curry Cup is coming up. Are we going to see some early lines from GGGaming there on the Curry Cup as well?
The reason I drive a Porsche is because I'm not stupid. So no, thank you. No, definitely not. That's definitely not going to happen. No, I mean, we'll be a little bit more conservative come Curry Cup time, you know?
Right, fair enough.
Yeah, for sure. But I would like to do something a little bit generous with the poker. I'm going to make it. I don't want to make it too easy. Last time I said just name the 2 first try scorers. We've been paying off the guy that got it right for the last 8 years.
Emil, yes.
Emil. He spread it out over. I still think that he's got some credit. You know that, eh, Brent?
Yes.
I hope he's enjoyed his prize. But this is one for the poker players. If they can give me the 4 first try scorers.
Right.
Anybody that gets the first 4, obviously if there's a tie, we'll do a tiebreaker. I'll put the guy into my main event at WPT. Right?
Okay.
17,000 Rand. Plus, I'll give him a week's accommodation at Empress Palace, right? If they can do it in the right order, right? So, who's obviously the Brumbies game's coming first, you know what I mean? But they say which team scores it first. If the guy gets that right, I'm going to put him into the main event. I'm going to put him into my freeze out as well. I'll give him accommodation. I'll give him 5,000 Rand spending money as well.
Excellent. Well, so just confirm what we're going to do, because what I'll say to the guys is they can enter on the live chat, but on the YouTube video below him, there's also a comment section. I'll let guys enter there as well, and obviously the entry will close. Let's close it. I'll close it an hour before the Jags game in case I go to bed early on the night.
Let it close at midnight tomorrow night, whatever.
Yes.
Do whatever you can. So the 4 try scorers, the people that get that right, entry into my main event and accommodation at Empress Palace over the main event, right?
So you want the first try scorer for each team, basically, Gary?
Each team, exactly.
Okay. And just to mention that no try scorer is also a try scorer. So you can also call.
Try scorer, and so is penalty try scorer.
Okay, penalty try scorer as well. Excellent. So we want all 4 try scorers. If you do get it, it's an excellent prize. I'll post that up underneath the video as well, so guys can come back in their own time and do it. But we will close that off at midnight tomorrow night.
Yeah, exactly. And then if the guy gets it right, Jaguars first, then Brumbies, Hurricanes, and then Crusaders, that would get an extra entry into my event 2, which is a 5,500 freeze out and 5,000 Rand spending money for the time that he's there.
Excellent. So if you can get the right order as well there, guys, it's a nice one to go for. So you don't have to rush it into the live chat. In fact, we'll make this competition, because I'm sure the guys want to give it a bit of thought. We'll do this one below the YouTube video. So you come back to this video once it's been uploaded, and you can put your entry in the comments section. Gary, thanks very much for joining us. We're going to be moving on now. We've got a New Zealand punter coming in, which we're looking forward to getting his opinion on the game as well in our rugby show at 9 o'clock. But good to chat to you, and we'll catch up soon.
Okay. Yeah, we'll do the July next week. I'll watch your rugby show when I get home a little bit later. If the New Zealander ever comes to Cape Town, let me give him the graft, okay? If you want the best Italian in Cape Town, there's a place called Magico Roma.
Right.
Magico Roma in Pinelands. Absolutely fantastic. Brent, good luck on the weekend and everything. Enjoy the semi-finals and the cricket. We'll catch up again next Thursday night, and you guys all have a great weekend.
Excellent, Gary. Thanks very much. Thanks also to all of you boys in the live chat. Hope to see you at 9 o'clock for the handicap rugby chat that matters. And guys, that's it. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, go down below the video and hit the subscribe button. We'll see you in about 8 minutes' time.